The Reserve Bank sounded a strong warning on global economic conditions in its latest minutes, appearing to dim the prospect of an immediate rise in interest rates. But if that sounds like good news for the government, the opposition seizing on the warning to make a new case against the carbon tax. Political correspondent Tom Eagleton reports.
The Reserve Bank says Australia's likely to miss its target for economic growth, blaming a worsening global picture and pockets of weakness in the local economy. And it's toning down talk of an imminent interest rate rise.
Chances are there's 3 months, 4 months of breathing space for the Reserve Bank out there, and it's made pretty clear it'll use that.
But Chris Richardson says next week's official inflation figure could cut off the air supply for that breathing space.
If it's ugly enough, the Reserve Bank will act. And you know, there will be screams around that because we have an intensifying split in our two-speed economy.
The struggling retail sector would scream loudest on what was a difficult day of campaigning.
Good morning, sir. How are you? Oh, really?
The opposition leader seized on recent week retail data by visiting a hardware store in Geelong.
And one of the problems affecting consumer confidence is the carbon tax.
The Reserve Bank's observations about the global economy were also fodder for an attack.
And one of the great signs of a government that doesn't know what it's doing is that it wants to clobber our economy with a big new tax at a time when the rest of the world is looking very, very uncertain.
On the other side of the two-speed economy is the booming mining sector.
It's a bit slippery, so just be careful going up there, OK?
Julia Gillard's been hosing down coal miners' concerns in the Hunter Valley that the carbon tax will overwhelm the mining boom.
Are we going to lose jobs over it, or the consumers are going to pay for them along that?
But we're very confident we'll continue to see a good future for coal and growing employment in coal.
Treasurer was at a Queensland mining operation.
Our modelling shows that output in the coal industry with a carbon price will double.
Clearly, a lot of nonsense has been spoken about the future of coal mining as we price carbon. There's a lot of fear around because people have been told that coal mining won't have a future if we move to price carbon.
One of those people says the government is Tony Abbott.
I will do everything I humanly can to raise the intensity of this campaign.
Another's visiting climate change sceptic Lord Monckton, who today fronted the National Press Club.
And the people of Australia are frightened. They are frightened of their government. They are frightened of you.
The wider problem for Julia Gillard is that opponents of the carbon tax will paint just about any piece of bad economic news between now and the next election as proof that the tax is a bad idea. And if the Reserve Bank's observations are anything to go by today, there'll be more of that kind of news than the government was expecting. Tom Eagleton, Late Line.